And the newest Minecraft Bedrock update 1.19.70 out now, guys. Experimental toggle stuff for Trails and Tails out now, and some bug fixes, a lot of them. Stay tuned and let's discuss. Hey there, guys. Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming, guys, coming to you from, yes, this is a brand new just opened world for a full Minecraft update. I don't know what oranges mean from David Freeze, but there's oranges. I know there's hot peppers, I know there's bananas, but I don't know about oranges. So this stuff has already been kind of talked about a lot by us. All this archaeology and things like that, they are in here behind this experimental toggle right here. They are still behind an experimental toggle like they were before, but now it's in the full release of the game. So we're gonna go, we'll take a quick look at some of this stuff here, whether it's the sniffer, whether it's archaeology, suspicious sand, pottery, but let's just do the changelog real quick and go over it. So, and it all comes from here. So Minecraft Bedrock 119.70, guys. Overall, the basis of the whole thing is fix multiple crashes that could occur. Breeding horses can now be better than their parents. An early look at archaeology, improvements to the emote system, and a whole bunch of fixes. That's kind of a broad look at it. One step further is the player emotes. So several improvements to come over the Bedrock emote system. Emote usage now appears in chat. The emote wheel now has 4 slots with an improved interface. Quick emoting with new hotkeys, easier sorting of emotes, and creating new character now automatically gives you 4 of these emotes. So there is a link there for a full link on the emotes. So let's just keep going down the trail here because there's a lot of stuff here. So the changes to the vanilla parity, of course, they fixed an issue where night could not be skipped if one or more players were in a death screen, and eating and drinking animations are now always centered regardless of the aspect ratio. Mobs breeding horses can now produce random variants. So it's not going to be for sure a bad horse or a good horse. There is a variant. When breeding horses, the baby horse now has a chance of being better than its parents in speed, jump, strength, and health. This is intended to make it a more viable use. Horses cannot be pushed over fences covered by carpets anymore, so you can't push them over. You can still jump over. Gas sound volume will now fade the further away from the player. That's a much needed one. Villagers now emit anger particles when hit by a player outside of a village. Fixed a bug where zombified piglins would spawn in the nether and low light levels above. In light levels above 11, minecarts can now eject mobs into liquid blocks, which is now drink a fire resistance potion when standing in a campfire. Blocks bells that are connected to multiple blocks no longer drop when one block is broken. No block sound attenuation over a distance is now linear. Those are some confusing words. Impact sounds on projectiles on amethyst blocks and clusters are now audible. The dead bush, of course, will now drop sticks when broken with any tool except for shears. Very similar to the stuff that we've seen in the recent betas, guys. So experimental features, I'm not going to read this word for word because we've been talking about them so much, but basically now under the experimental features toggle, we're going to have all the archaeology features, the pottery, the suspicious sand, the sniffer, the torch flower, and the brush. Again, basically the archaeology system will have suspicious sand. You use the brush to brush it away. You get the pottery shards. Those pottery shards could be made into full pots and you can decorate with them. The suspicious sand is, as explained. The sniffer is a new mob. It sniffs around looking for some seeds for the torch flower, and the torch flower is a new flower. We'll look at these when we get out of here for sure, but my channel has been inundated with this information, so we can go to the fixes. So stability and performance fixes. They fixed an issue where simultaneously pressing the mine and place button on any input device while targeting a structure block will cause the game to crash. They fixed a crash on Nintendo Switch when attempting to log into a local network mode, and fixed a crash that could occur when entering an old world. So gameplay changes. The player's crosshair now properly mines and interacts with items in front of them while sliding and gliding and swimming rather than one block above their position. Players no longer take rapid damage when touching damaging blocks. Projectiles shot while swimming or gliding no longer spawn from above the player's position. Items dropped while doing that swimming and gliding manually or in death no longer spawn above the player's position. So mob changes here. Fixed a bug where an ally holding a lead wasn't able to be leashed unless a player held a stack of 64 leads in their hand. What a weird bug. Parrots are no longer shake when riding a player or riding a horse that is turning mid-jump. Fixed a bug causing global entities, e.g. Ender Dragon particles, to stop rendering when out of normal entity rendered distance. Block changes. Sounds from all button types and lever are now controlled by block slider. Redstone source can now power a single block from a different side at the same time. Destroying mangrove log or mangrove wood now properly cause leaves to decay, and crystals occupying the same space as a block will no longer cause the block to disappear. Players are now able to place slabs in blocks that are only partially blocked by an entity. Players can no longer see through partial blocks when sneaking or riding in third person. Composter will now always consume an item when becoming full. Importing experimental blocks into a non-experimental world using structure block will now correctly put those weird unknown blocks, of course. We know about that. Error messages about building outside the world height no longer appear when interacting with the blocks with the world height. Fixed a bug where observers would not detect changes due to corrupted data. Hoppers now pull items from above them through all blocks that have a lower height than a full block. So anything that isn't a full block, it will get pulled through. Like till dirt, I guess, as an example. Items, crossbows now shake while charging arrows. Spawn eggs for snow golems, wither, and Trader Llama now appear in the correct spot. Written books can now be moved into the inventory even when the player has identical written books. So touch control changes here. I'm not even going to go over that. If you're interested in touch control, user interface, there's a quick change here with the spectator mode. Basically, passing through blocks in third person view will no longer make the camera zoom in and out. So there's just a fix to that. And gateways can't be used in spectator mode as well. And all these changes to realms, again, I'm going to let you go ham on them if you want. Let's go back and check this stuff out. Okay, so yeah, as you can see right here, basically when it comes to real and simple in-game changes, it's mostly vanilla parity and things like that. But basically this one here, see how he's drinking the potion? It's an easy one to show. I showed it in the beta video. In addition, there's shaking on this crossbow. And it shoots. But yeah, the shaking is back. Yeah, we've seen that. And biggest change to the actual, gameplay of it is the breeding of horses. So you guys know, basically in the olden days, a horse is only going to be as good as, its mommy and daddy. But now it has a chance to, whether it's hearts, whether it's any of the other factors, it has a chance to outperform, and that's good, because if they didn't, then, any horse that's not really that strong is kind of a garbage horse. So again, remember guys, you have to turn on the experimental toggle to get all of this stuff, and it comes to some simple stuff. Basically, archaeology brush, you're going to brush through the suspicious sand right here. Something will come out, generally going to be one of these shards right here. You're going to take these shards and make pots in here, and yeah, it's pretty easy. You basically can pick each side by simply doing that, and yeah, you got pots. Make them however you want. Again, bricks will go in there. Yeah, we got this bad boy right here, torch flower and torch flower seeds. Torch flower seeds are sniffed out by the sniffer, who is right over here. Guys, the sniffer, and yeah, he sniffs them out of the ground. You find them and you make torch flowers. There you go. And yeah, that is everything, guys. There was a huge technical update area. I'm not even going to get into it. These are the main changes to the game. How exciting is that, guys? Don't forget to smash that like button. And that brings us to the one thing I almost forgot, was the emotes. So emotes are big changes, guys. If you're not familiar with how to connect your emotes, just press B on your keyboard, as you can see right here. And yeah, so basically everybody is now going to be allotted. Everybody's going to be allotted 4 emotes right away. There are other emotes. You can hit them by changing right here. You go into your inventory, and anyone that you unlock or buy or whatever, they're all here. You're going to go ahead and pick the ones you want. So say I want this guy here. Bang, let's equip it. We're going to go and put it right there. So you just move them around, do what you want with the emotes. And then as you're going, you pick the one that you want. So right now on my keyboard, 1 will give me that emote. And as you can see in the top corner there, it is now it's now showing you what your emote is. So again, we can go B, say we want to do 2, bang, 2. You can see it's saying Skippy is going to be doing this other emote. So I guess maybe there might be a limiter on me because I already did that one, maybe 3. Yeah, Skippy is clapping, and yeah, so there you go. Emotes for the win. They're going to be easier. We're losing 2 emotes. There used to be 6, and it used to be an octagon, and now it's a quadruple thing here. So yeah, awesome.